Wow, what a start of the week this has been. We've had a plane smash into the runway at Toronto. My wife came back from England and was delayed. Took her 20 hours to get from England to Canada after all the delays, but at least they landed safely. Whew, and that was about the same time that plane came down with a bit of a thump. So yeah, luckily everyone got out. Absolutely amazing. Carney, what is so concerning about Mark Carney, you may ask yourself? Why don't I like him? Because I think if you watch his channel enough times, you realize I don't like that guy. I really don't like him. He's screwed around with the UK and he's been messing around with Canada for years. He's been advising the Liberal government to get to the situation where they are now, where their Prime Minister has had to resign. This is the guy who's winning the leadership race. So let's listen to a couple of concerned Conservative MPs regarding Mark Carney.
We've been consistently concerned about Carbon Tax Carney's failure to provide any transparency to Canadians about his financial interests for half a decade while he's been advising the Carney-Trudeau Liberal government. And there have been if only few questions from the media about how much his megacorp profited while he was advising the government. And this is incredibly important to Canadians after we've had 9 years of a government run by serial ethical lawbreakers from the Prime Minister through his front bench, including ministers who are reoffering and supporting Carbon Tax Carney in his bid to run the Liberal Party and to be Prime Minister of Canada. It's unbelievable that this guy has provided no transparency whatsoever about what his financial interests are. So Canadians are wondering this. We've been demanding answers, but there hasn't been a lot of ink spilled on it, and certainly Mark Carney's been in witness protection and hasn't answered a whole lot of questions. So we're going to keep asking those questions. We look forward to seeing and reading the questions that you've put to Carbon Tax Carney about his profits that he's cashed in while advising the NDP Liberal government.
He's saying exactly the same things what I'm saying. Number two. Yeah, I said two. So let's listen to Melissa Lantsman.
Look, I think over the last 2 days, Mark Carney again admitted his own lie about not wanting to impose a carbon tax. In fact, he says he's changing the carbon tax, a new and bigger carbon tax, and in particular insanity, a carbon tax on steelmakers at a time where we're staring down tariffs. This is not axing the carbon tax. There is only one party that will do that. This is a new and bigger carbon tax.
So what do you think? Are you comfortable with somebody like Mark Carney being Prime Minister of this great country, Canada? Is that something that you're going to look forward to? I know the comments are going to say, no, not Mark Carney. Are there any of them worthy of being Prime Minister? Let's face it. Are there any of them worthy? There isn't. And like I said in Sunday's video, all they do is copy what the Conservatives do. So rather than have a second-rate Conservative party disguised as a Liberal party continue to run Canada, why don't we have an election and put the party in that the people want? The actual Conservative Party, the ones who came up with all these ideas, the ones who want to actually fix Canada. Anyway, see you on the next one, guys.